Turmeric. You see it everywhere, right? It's talked about like it's this ancient superfood that can do just about anything. But I bet you've wondered, is it actually doing what people say it does, or is it just another overhyped health fad? Well, the truth is, it's a bit complicated, and it all boils down to this hidden paradox we're gonna unpack today.
So, what's the deal? Is that golden latte you're drinking really helping, or are you just, wasting your money? The real answer isn't a simple yes or no. It all depends on understanding how our bodies actually interact with it.
And this, right here, is the absolute core of the turmeric paradox. The secret to unlocking all those amazing benefits isn't about how much you swallow. It's all about something called bioavailability, which is just a fancy way of saying how much of it your body can actually use and get to where it needs to go.
Okay, so let's get right into the biggest hurdle. You can eat turmeric all day long, sprinkle it on your food, put it in smoothies, but that doesn't mean your body is getting the benefits you're hoping for. Not even close.
It really helps to think about this whole process in 3 stages. So first, when you eat something, it's in your gut. But your gut is basically just a long tube running through you. Technically, it's not in your body yet. To get in, it has to cross into the bloodstream. That's level 2. But the real magic, the deep down benefits, that only happens when it gets to the final destination, inside your cells.
And here's where it gets kind of crazy. When we're talking about just plain turmeric, the numbers are, well, they're pretty shocking. Less than 1% of it even makes it from your gut into your blood. And then, get this, less than 1/10 of that 1% ever makes it into your cells. It's almost nothing.
So why is it so incredibly hard for turmeric to get through? Well, it's because your body sees its main active compound, curcumin, as what's called a xenobiotic. It basically means foreign substance. It's a big, fat-soluble molecule, and your body's defense system immediately flags it as an intruder and goes into full-on, get this out of me mode.
And the main gatekeeper, the bouncer at the club, is your liver. See, everything you absorb from your gut has to pass through the liver first. And your liver is incredibly good at its job. It spots that foreign curcumin, grabs it, and tags it for immediate disposal before it ever gets a chance to even circulate around your body.
Now I know what you're thinking. Just add black pepper. We've all heard it. It's the most popular trick in the book to fix turmeric's absorption problem. But this little hack comes with a pretty big, and often totally overlooked, downside.
So let's look at the numbers. Adding pepper definitely helps. It can boost the amount that gets into your blood from less than 1% up to maybe 5 to 8%. That sounds pretty good, right? But hold on. That means that still over 90% of it never even leaves your gut.
But the real question is, how does pepper even do this? Well, it basically works by creating temporary little holes in your gut lining. You might have heard of it as leaky gut. And yeah, this lets more turmeric through, but it can also let other things, like toxins and bacteria that you really don't want, sneak into your bloodstream right along with it.
And here's the real kicker. Even with that pepper boost, your liver is still on high alert. It's so efficient, it just cleans out that extra curcumin almost immediately. So whatever little systemic benefit you might get is incredibly mild and gone in a flash.
But recently, something truly game-changing has come along. It's a way more sophisticated approach, one that actually works with your body's natural systems, instead of trying to brute force its way through them.
The solution involves using a special fiber from fenugreek seeds. It binds to the curcumin and creates, well, you can think of it like a tiny, protective bubble carrier around the good stuff. And this simple idea changes literally everything.
So how does this protective bubble work its magic? Well, for starters, it makes the curcumin water-soluble, so the body doesn't see it as a threat. It also allows for a slow, steady release, like a trickle instead of a flood, so the liver doesn't get overwhelmed. This allows it to bypass that aggressive filtering, and the best part? It's totally friendly to your gut. No leaky gut problem.
So now that we get the different delivery methods, let's connect them to what really matters, the benefits. What do you actually get at each level, in your gut, in your blood, and in the all-important cell, depending on which route you take?
All right, this scorecard says it all. Plain turmeric gets basically nothing into the cell. The pepper hack? You get a tiny bump, but, twice as much as almost nothing is still almost nothing. Now just look at the fenugreek colloid. We're talking 25 to 40 times more of the active compounds actually getting inside your cells. That isn't just better, it's a completely different reality.
And you can really see the difference here. I mean, look at this. The bars for plain turmeric and turmeric with pepper are so small you can barely see them. Now compare that to the fenugreek method. It's not even a fair fight. It's a whole other level of effectiveness.
So what does this mean for your actual health? Plain turmeric is great for your gut. It helps digestion, feeds good bacteria. The pepper method gives you some mild, temporary antioxidant effects in your blood. But if you want the deep, lasting benefits, the stuff like fighting inflammation at its source, boosting your body's own antioxidant systems, even supporting your brain health, you absolutely have to get it into the cell. That's where the real action is.
Okay, let's put all this into a plan you can actually use. If you were to start taking turmeric the right way, what could you really expect to feel in, say, 30 days?
Well, in the first week to 10 days, you'd probably notice those gut-level benefits, better digestion, less bloating. But as you stick with it for 3 or 4 weeks, especially with a method that gets the curcumin into your cells, that's when you can start to feel those deeper, body-wide effects, like less inflammation, less stiffness, and maybe even thinking a bit more clearly.
So the best strategy is actually pretty simple, and it's a two-parter. For your gut health, keep using that inexpensive plain turmeric powder in your cooking. It's perfect for that. But if you're after those powerful systemic anti-inflammatory benefits, you really have to look for a supplement that uses a delivery system designed to get those active compounds into your cells.
And just to put this into perspective, a single tiny pill that uses this fenugreek-curcumin technology can deliver the cellular equivalent of eating 250 grams, that is over half a pound, of regular powdered turmeric. The difference in efficiency is just staggering.
And that really brings us right back to the main point of all of this. The key to unlocking the true, incredible power of this ancient spice isn't about just piling on more and more. It's about choosing a method that helps your body absorb it smarter.
So the next time you reach for turmeric, just ask yourself this one simple question. You're taking it for your health, for a reason, but is it actually getting to the place where it can do the most good?